Hey guys, hope everyone's well. I'm going to take everyone through a strength workout today. So we're here in Rachel's little prison gym setup we've got going, which does the trick alright. So basically, to keep your strength workouts effective, even though we've got limited kind of weights and equipment we can use, there's a few tricks you can use to keep them effective. So as Lee mentioned earlier in the week, tempo. So slowing down your reps, pausing your reps, that can really add a lot to the set. Getting creative. Me and Rach have got a couple backpacks. You can almost use it as like a kettlebell kind of substitute. So it's probably about like 12 kilos, and you can change the weight that's in them. You can add weight, take off weight. If you've got scales at home, you can find out exactly how much they weigh. So it's pretty handy. We've got a few exercise bands. And also you can just do single leg or single arm variations of the exercise to try and make it a bit harder, which we're going to try out a few today. And then the last little tip I've got is taking the exercise as close to failure as you can. So to do that, you want to try and not worry as much about the rep count. So all the exercises I described today, I'm not going to set a specific amount of reps. And what you're going to do instead is aim to get within 1 or 2 reps of failure. So you're going to be pushing yourself pretty hard, and then the last set of each exercise you could optionally take to failure. And this way it's going to stimulate muscle growth and strength to the same kind of standard that a gym workout would. So in the warm-up, we're going to just start off with a bit of a walk or a light jog. You can either just go around the streets around where you live, and then just do some dynamic stretching. So some leg swings, some arm swings, and then if you've got bands, which can be handy as well, you can do a bit of mobility and kind of activation work. So you can tie them up, do some external rotations, get the shoulders warmed up, and then if you've got these bands as well, handy, you can do crab walks, get some glute activation work going. So, alright, so this workout's going to be split into upper body and lower body. So we're going to start off with the upper body part. We're going to do a superset of push-ups and pull-ups. So for the push-ups, you can either just do just a standard variation, or you can do half push-ups. So how you do those is go down like a normal push-up and then up from your knees. So it makes it a little bit easier than having to push up from your toes. So if you're struggling, give that variation a go. And then if you want to make it a bit harder, different things we can do, like deficit push-ups. So I get a little bit of extra range of motion with my hands elevated. You can get creative, whatever you have at home that you can elevate your hands with. And then the second exercise we're going to do is pull-ups. So I've got a little alternative set up over here. I mean, I've got a pull-up bar at home that I can put in my door, but if you don't have access to one of those or a bar you could use, and you've got a band, you can do, I guess it's similar to a kind of lat pull-down motion. So if you can find something to kind of wrap the band around, you can get a good kind of pull-up alternative there. Or one other alternative I've got is, me and Rachel got a little junkyard set up, but if you can kind of replicate this at home somehow, even using like a coffee table or something, you can do inverted rows, just like that. And you can kind of take as much weight off as you want with your lower body. So that's another good way to kind of get pull-up work in. Alright, so after we've done 3 sets of each of those, we're going to move on to our next superset, which is shoulder press and a single arm row. So the shoulder press I'm actually going to do single arm as well. And there's a couple ways you can do it. You can use, if you've got dumbbells at home or a kettlebell, you can use those. Or you can use a trusty backpack, which I've just got filled with some textbooks. Single arm, pressing up overhead, makes for a pretty hard exercise. Alternatively, if you've got a heavy band, you can couple of different ways you could do it, but pressing up overhead with the band. So anyway, you can kind of get that overhead shoulder movement happening. And then the single arm row, best way to do it is with the band. Get it all set up. So this is going to be a standing single arm row. So get a bit bent over. Focus on squeezing your back, bringing the weight in. Obviously each side. Another way you could do it is if you have a dumbbell or any kind of weight, you can do normal bent over rows that we do. Alright, so the last part of the upper body exercises, we're going to do 3 exercises. We can actually do them all with the band, so definitely pick one of these up if you can because they're very handy. So the tricep push down, again just set it up on something high, and remember to keep your elbows pinned to your side, extend your arms down. The next one we're going to do is, if I can get it down, bicep curls. So you can put your foot in, curl the band up. Another way, if you've got dumbbells, you can actually do a combination of both. So wrap the band around the dumbbells, and this is definitely a good one. Last one, lateral raises, same kind of thing. Foot in, out to the side. If you don't have access to a band, you could always do tricep push-ups instead of the push down, so narrow grip, tricep push-ups. You could do just regular dumbbell bicep curls or whatever weight you find around the house. Even if you've got a couple books, same thing with your lateral raises. But definitely recommend picking up a band if you can. Alright, so after you've done 2 or 3 rounds of those 3 exercises, we can move on to the lower body part of the workout. So the first superset we're going to do is squats and a sumo deadlift. So for the squats, you probably want to do them weighted. So I'm going to use the backpack as a kind of goblet front squat variation. Pretty standard, everyone knows how to do it. The deadlift, something that can help a bit. I'm going to use the backpack as well in a kettlebell kind of position. And something that can help with this is elevating your feet. So that way it's from a deficit. So you can get a bit more range of motion, which allows you to stretch the muscle a bit more and get a better workout. Right, so the next 2 exercises we're going to do are Bulgarian lunges and a single leg hip thrust. So Bulgarian lunge is just when you have your foot elevated behind you and you lunge down, driving your weight through your front foot. If you want to hold a weight for this, you can as well. And if you're struggling with the balance, feel free to hold on to something. This could work well on your couch or whatever kind of step you can find. The hip thrust works well on the couch as well. Slide down so your back's supported against whatever you're on. You can add a weight if you want. Stick one leg out. Really focus on driving your glutes. And then switch sides. Alright, the last part of the lower body exercise, we're going to do 3 exercises again. We're going to do calf raises, a kettlebell swing, and jump squats. So the calf raises, pretty straightforward. Go single leg to make it more difficult. Just be careful what you're doing it on. This probably isn't the best surface. Kettlebell swing. So if you haven't got a kettlebell, the old backpack trick works. Same cues as you'd normally follow for a kettlebell swing. Don't overextend your back and don't go too heavy. Start light, build up. The last one, jump squats, pretty straightforward. If you want to make it harder, try single leg. So make sure you got a clear area around you. You're not going to trip over anything. It's very difficult. Alright, that's it. If you want to add in some core after, feel free. Even you could do some, if you've got a band, you can do some banded powerlift press kind of variations, stuff like that. And if you've got any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Thanks guys.